stories we share about faith. We talking about friends. We talking about family. We talking about life. We talking about love. We talking about our heartstrings. We talking about faith. We talking about friends. We talking about family. We talking about life. We talking about love. We talking about our heartstrings.
Welcome to the HeartStrings Salt Lit Podcast, everyone. Welcome.
You know, y'all going to miss all this part on the editing, but we've been sitting here at least for about 5 minutes waiting to start.
They think because we doing a crossover episode that they don't have to treat us like real guests.
We thought we had a break today.
Y'all are the professionals. Look at these mics.
Exactly why we
Y'all
needed a
brought
break.
these SM7 Shure mics up in here.
Shamazons.
Trying to shame my little Rode mic. It's okay, Rode mic. It's okay. Don't be.
It's doing the job.
Don't be shamed.
It's y'all first year.
I'm married to a
We've been in the
producer.
game a minute.
He the one who told me to get these mics.
You don't even know what that mic is.
I didn't even know nothing about it. He gave me all the tea on it.
But these okay though.
They are.
I've seen pros use these
works.
Rode mics.
It works, and y'all sound
Daddy, you
sound
don't have
good.
to convince
master
us.
sound engineer, so it's okay.
Don't. Come on, start the show. Go ahead.
All right. Well, we are here with the HeartStrings. They talk about we interviewing them, but we really wanted to be interviewed, so it's just gonna be a combination.
Can we be
of
the
both.
talent for once?
For once,
You can.
Can we sit back and relax? Okay. Well,
So who are we?
my name is Danielle. I am the middle child of Nisha and Wesley, and the favorite
I don't know how I
child.
feel about you calling me by my first name.
Daddy, I always call you by your first name behind your back. What you talking about? You too, Nisha?
Disrespect. It's just, the Bible gives one order for women.
You should see
Honor
y'all
and
names in
respect.
my phone.
I can show you your name on my phone right now. It's Nisha.
It's almost
and-
like, remember whenever we're in a big crowd, I'm really focused, or I'm conversating, and y'all be like, mommy. They be like, Nisha. I turn around and say, huh?
Exactly.
That's how you get results.
Precisely.
All right, come on with it.
Well, I wanted to play a game. Oh, well, first of all, this is going to be a crossover episode with the Salt Lit Podcast and HeartStrings.
And this is Kristen.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Chris.
That's Kristen.
Everybody knows me.
I'm super excited that we don't have to do nothing, Daddy. You can just send us the audio when it's over.
You don't have to do nothing
so I
anyway.
gotta do all
Jarrell
the
does the
engineering?
work.
Kristen, I do upload it. What are you talking about?
Okay.
Don't
You still got to upload it.
We will not have interruption syndrome.
Oh, we will.
We will. We're the masters.
The name of this episode is The Interrupting Family.
Interrupted, spirited interruption. But I wanted to play a game of 20 questions.
Okay.
Did y'all look at y'all agenda?
Yes.
I did. And you got 20 whole questions?
No. So how you play 20 questions is I think of a person, place, or thing, and then y'all have to ask me 20. Well, it has to equal up to 20 questions of yes or no questions.
Okay.
Okay. So, Daddy, you keep track of the number of questions because I only got one job. All right. So, what's the first question?
Is it a person, place, or thing?
That's not a yes or no question, mister.
Chris, you ain't played this before?
Is it a thing?
Yes.
It's only yes or no? How
Yes.
dare you?
Is it green?
And then you can eventually guess what it is.
Is it green?
No.
Does it roll?
It can.
Is it my grandson Jazz?
No.
Is it
He's
a
not
stroller?
a thing.
Oh, he's
Is
not
it
a
what?
thing.
A stroller? I think we up to 5.
No, it's not a stroller. Y'all might need to get a little bit more strategic in y'all questions.
Is it a food item?
No.
Is it a car?
No.
Is it something fun?
It can be.
Well, slow down, Nisha. You burning these questions up here.
Okay, I'll give y'all 2 extra
Come
bonus
on.
questions. Two extra.
No. We doing good.
Okay.
Come on, Nisha.
What were the 2 yeses? Is it fun?
Mm-hmm.
And does it roll? I said it can.
It can. That's not answering yes or no.
I don't have to answer yes or no. Y'all have to just ask me yes or no questions.
Does it operate under its own power? As in like a motor, electric motor, car motor.
No.
Hey, she's not going to think of a car motor.
So get off the car.
I thought she was going to...
Does it have something to do with Resurrection Weekend?
No.
So it's not the stone that rolled away from Jesus' tomb.
Is that a real question? Should I put my finger up?
Okay, don't count that question.
Okay. Nisha, you want to see
Is it a
nothing?
movie?
No. Y'all gonna be so mad at this.
Oh my God, I can't even.
It rolls. Okay, rolling
it can
dice.
roll.
It can roll and it can be fun.
Is it a bug?
No.
Why would a bug be fun?
Because she used to play with roly poly. Oh wait, that was Nia.
No, that was me. Because one time, side story. One time I went outside and I was just collecting roly polies and I put them in my pocket. I had on overalls. I just put them in my pocket. And then after I was done, I stuck my head in my pocket and I started freaking out.
You forgot you put bugs in your pocket.
I started freaking
Roly
out.
polies.
But anyway, what number are we on?
We're on 11.
Yeah, I didn't know that about you. Wow.
I don't know
I'm
why you're
judging.
surprised.
Who are you? Who are you?
Okay, is it an iPad?
No.
An iPad a roll?
If you
Kristen just
throw it
don't
across
feel like
the room-
playing this game no more.
Is it a toy?
No.
Is it for grown-ups?
It's a thing.
Okay, let me give y'all.
Roll.
Do y'all want a hint?
Yeah.
It was something that it was in our family.
Is it a piano?
bingo card.
Think about when it's from back in the day. It was in our family.
And it can be fun and it can roll.
Did you say it could be fun?
Yeah.
She said, okay. Can be fun, it can be wrong.
Daisy?
So,
No.
Is it some dice?
Close.
It's a pet.
Yes. What number we on?
Oh,
It
it's
don't
a
matter about the
pet.
numbers.
We got 5 more questions.
Okay, y'all know it now.
A turtle? Zeke?
No.
And she said it was a pet, a cicada.
King?
Yes, it's King. It's King.
A dog?
Boy, why would you think that?
Because I feel like we need to give homage to King. King.
Well, King got killed because of Kristen.
No, that was Kato.
Yeah.
Ma,
That
what?
wasn't you mixing up dogs.
King was our
And
first.
don't say
No, he didn't
don't
get
say he
killed.
got killed because of Kristen.
Well, your daddy put him down because he growled at Kristen.
No, that was Kato. He
He
got
got me
shot.
after he got shot. Anyway, I was thinking about King earlier this week and how,
Really?
yeah, I feel like that we were a dog family back in the day.
And we lived on 92nd and Prairie. We lived on 92nd and Prairie. I said that.
And King was a Rottweiler. Why y'all not giving more
No, I'm
details
just
about
saying
him?
how we were a dog family.
We were a Rottweiler family to be
But
exact.
we didn't take care of the dog.
Oh, you.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay, so
I'm done.
he ran away, right? Didn't he run away?
Somebody stole him.
Somebody stole him.
Somebody stole him.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That is so sad.
But one time we were leaving, going away out of town, and he came and got in the van. Remember that?
Mhm.
Yep. He wanted us to go with him.
Right, but he was trying to give y'all a sign because he got stolen while we was out of town.
No, I think he got out the gate or something, and then that was that. Nobody brought him back, or somebody coaxed him out the gate. One or the other.
Anyway, back down memory lane.
Come on with the song. See, it's not just me.
I know. You want to start singing your daddy song. Rolled up the mountain. Sing it back. Y'all just gonna leave me out there
Hey,
like that?
nobody know
I
what
don't
you
know
talking
what
about.
the mountain. Oh, Jesus.
Daddy, you said it
That's
kinda
Oh,
Don't you want that stone that was
Daddy,
you
wait.
at the mountain?
let me find out Daddy want to be in the group.
Daddy, that was
What's
pretty
the
good.
truth? It's Resurrection Weekend, Easter weekend.
That's what I'm saying.
Jesus was the stone that was you at the mountain. Oh, Jesus was the stone that came up. Glory to
Y'all didn't know I had that right
Yes, we
there.
did.
That's the one note I can hit.
Okay.
Get out
Well,
that
that was
key, I'm
good.
done.
Remember the first time we heard Daddy sing?
Yes, I do.
Y'all was shocked, right?
It was on auto-tune. Okay, anyway, let's really get into this interview.
Let's go.
I have a very serious question. Why y'all didn't let us get drinks at the restaurant when we was little?
What you mean drinks?
serious question.
What kind of drinks? Like Kool-Aid? Pop?
Anything pop, juice?
We did.
No, you didn't, Dave. The first thing we did when we sat down, you said, don't ask, y'all can have water. Don't I sound like that in your flat voice? Y'all can have water.
What's wrong with that? What do y'all drink now?
Well, that's the thing I want to talk about is because as I got into an adult, I was scarred for life and I had to realize
Scarred
like,
is a hard word.
I had to say, I can order a drink.
Right.
No.
I don't gotta get
I'ma
one.
Get your
tell
power
y'all, let me
back.
tell y'all don't really know the real reason for me. Vanity was one part because when I was in high school, I would always want to have pop, and whenever I get pop, I get pop pimples, and I was like, oh, I don't want to have pimples. And I would watch people with acne real bad. They would drink a lot of pop, so I didn't drink pop after my senior year anymore. And then, except when I was pregnant with Kristen, I did drink Pepsi. But the truth is that there were some health challenges tied to kidney failure and urinary tract infections and all that stuff. And you was a baby and you had gotten, I was like, oh, they will never drink pop. They will never have anything that has anything
No
to
soft
do
drinks.
with no soft drinks, none of that. And that's the real truth. And so we didn't buy pop in our house. Only on holidays and parties when family came over did we have
It's still
any
the
type
same.
of
It's
soda
still the
pop.
same.
We drank what? What's the famous thing we would drink? Water and
tea.
iced tea. So yeah. So that's the reason.
Well,
And
I'm just letting y'all know.
and
that
I still cringe
order,
when I see y'all
order
with
a
pop.
little ginger
Right.
ale now.
I cringe when I
I
see
order
y'all with
drinks. I order pop. And we buy more than one cereal, and we open more than one box at the same time.
High five over there.
pop. I want to say something else about the pop part. When your Auntie Shauna came home from college, she said that when she came home and said in one can of Pepsi there was 8 tablespoons of sugar. That did it for me too. I was like, really? You can drink 8 tablespoons full of sugar?
Anyway, I'm serious. That wasn't a serious question, but I do want to ask y'all, how have you been enjoying podcasting together? And do you feel, what do you feel has been most challenging about it, if anything?
For me, getting all of this audio, video to sound and act right, because it's got to sound right. I can't be on here sounding
Right.
like I'm talking in a tin can.
Exactly.
That's not gonna work for
That's
me.
your name, Wesley Sound Stringfellow.
It took me about 3 shows to get it right, and a bunch of questions, and so I got to have decent. As soon as your mommy lets me buy some new equipment, I'll be sounding like Tim Ross.
Okay.
Oh, shout out to
Wesley
the basement.
Ross.
Shout out to the basement.
Well,
For me?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Thank you. For me,
Spirit interruption.
right. Watching him be frustrated. That's really been the hardest part. The most fun part is, and I say this to him every time, he didn't think it would bring us closer together, but I think the communication, you know what it is? It's the communication. Like stuff you would never think about talking about, we've been talking about. I mean, who would eat crickets together? You know what I'm saying? Would we ever eat crickets together
I
if we
got
weren't
some
on this
crickets
podcast?
right there. I think we're gonna eat them again.
Oh,
today.
okay.
My
Chris and
children.
Yellow,
I'm down for it.
Okay, all right. That sounds like a plan. All right. So anyway, that's it. Having fun and being intentional about the fun. You know what I mean?
think I can agree with that because it brought me and Yelly closer. We weren't not close, but
Right.
because we had to intentionally come together and talk about stuff maybe we wouldn't normally talk about. So I understand what you're saying.
Thank you.
Sometimes I would forget that I'm even recording. I was just talking to her.
I forgot we were recording a few years ago when we first started laughing. That was nice and fun. We always been a family of fun laughter. Y'all crack y'all own self up.
Y'all, we crack
And
y'all
y'all really
up.
crack your daddy up. He
I don't think they're funny.
he the main
Lies.
one. Main one. Anyway, so, what about y'all? I mean, what do y'all think about us? I mean, what do you think about this podcast thing?
I
Do you think
just-
it's too old? What are y'all doing?
What?
Too old. No, I think it's I think I think it's great. I think it's long overdue. I also enjoy seeing y'all do something for yourselves. That's not serving anyone else. It's just y'all having a good time. And I could tell that y'all are having a good time during these conversations. Daddy, even though it's frustrating, I know that you enjoy it.
And that's a question, though.
Yes.
You said you and Daddy have weird banter.
Yeah, I feel like
Now, what does that mean exactly?
I feel on a few episodes I didn't know if I felt like y'all were serious, but
They do that. They are.
it was like
that.
y'all joking, but y'all serious.
But
and
I
it's
feel like
oh,
people say that about us. Like when we talk to each other, people
Really?
don't know that we're joking or not because of our aggressive tones, our managerial tones.
We got managerial
But yeah, y'all do y'all.
I don't.
But y'all do that. I've seen y'all do that when y'all
Y'all the
speak
same.
too. It's like y'all know what it is, and that's just how y'all talk to each other. So now I just stay out of it. But I remember telling y'all, break it up.
Oh, yeah, you did tell us that many a day.
Chris, remember we used to be in the back of the car like, dang. Like one of y'all made a good
Why
point.
do we get in trouble for that?
Cause y'all in grown folks'
We used to
business.
be like,
That's why.
ooh. Like, what? Why would we do that?
Depending on who hit the good point. decide on whether or not y'all got yelled at.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to love mommy hit good points, Daddy, because you be thinking you own sometimes. With your points, you be thinking you the man.
We
like,
do be on most of the time.
Most of
the
But
time.
it is-
Most of the time,
it
what I'm
is
saying.
good when mommy have a
when
good
mommy got a
comeback.
good
So
point,
when
I'm
mommy
like,
got a good comeback,
I'm like, yeah.
there's 1 or 2 good comebacks.
And when daddy goes speechless, oh, that you know.
See,
Like
now,
that
see,
meme.
let's see, that's just marriage ministry. You just got to know when to be like, you know what?
Oh,
Okay, let them have it. Did you talk about that? Didn't you talk about don't say let them have it?
Yes.
You can say
But I
let them
do it
have
for
it
real.
without saying it too.
I do it for real. Your mommy, when she says let you, okay.
Go ahead with your
let
little
her have it.
Okay, I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have that one right there too.
See?
When you say, I'm gonna let you have it.
I don't
is
feel the genuineness in that.
condescending. I'm gonna let you have it, honey,
Okay.
sweetie.
Darling, honey.
Anyway, I think y'all are doing a great job. I think it's
Yeah.
fun to watch. Y'all already have an audience, and so I feel like now they can actually follow you and keep up with things that are going on. I feel like it's a way to, in my opinion, counsel more people.
Thank you for all 5 of y'all for watching.
Y'all got like 300 views on that first episode.
It take us a whole year to get 300 views on YouTube.
I don't even know.
No, it is. I'm telling you.
No,
On
Spotify?
YouTube?
No, it's only 200 something. I count.
Let
Either
me inflate it.
way, that's still
Round it
big.
up.
Y'all only have a few episodes. Like, it's gonna continue to grow. I was about to fight that lady who said, I listen to your little podcast.
Oh yeah, I listen to
I was
your
about to
podcast.
I was about to jump on her.
Yeah, sometimes people do say the word belittling little.
We talked about that on one of the episodes. I just didn't like that. Sorry.
You should have been like, did you hate her?
Like, I see a little Bob.
Oh no. Okay, next.
Your little Bob.
Grace. Grace.
Anyway.
So this next question is, I don't know.
So these are just very random questions. So I'm gonna just go for it and we'll just see how it goes. I hate that I became the
Facilitator.
You like it. You like it.
I don't actually. This is Kristen's thing, not mine.
I'm trying to rest.
Okay, like life of leisure. So I want to know, what does it feel like seeing your children have children? What does it feel like? What is when you go upstairs in your room, you're like, oh, I know you love your grandchildren more than us.
Is that what
So-
we do?
They be
So
gone.
what are we doing
What are you
again?
talking about? I think you got the wrong set of grandparents.
What? Oh, they be gone, so they really don't love none of us.
We do.
Okay, I'm gonna answer the question. I remember this
Sweetie.
one time, Terrence, he said to me when Kristen was pregnant with Tula, they came in the bedroom and they announced that they were pregnant with Tula. And I was like, oh, congratulations. And Terrence was like, that's all y'all got? He was like, I was
Right, that's
expecting a
what I'm
little more
saying.
excitement. I'll never forget. I said, Terrence, let me explain something to you. We have been parents forever and grandparents forever and aunties and uncles and blah, blah, blah. But it is a little something special about them little grandbabies. You know what I mean? So I am excited, but y'all know me. I've always just been excited when I see the babies. I have to pray that through. You know, it might be trauma, PTSD. But the point is that I love being a grandparent, and really y'all are very protective parents. I'm gonna just say that y'all are protective parents. So, you know, and y'all like y'all kids. So y'all don't be like, you want to keep your grandkids all the time. Y'all don't do that to us. You know what I mean?
They want to.
I don't think they want to.
Think again. Speak for yourself.
And let me tell you about my case and Tula.
I'm just glad
They
that you
like
feel like it's
going
not all the
home.
time.
They
That's
like
true.
going home
do
to
like
their
their own
house. And when they are done with people,
I
they
think
say,
even-
I'm ready to go home, mommy.
I think even
We go
Jazz
to
at
our
1 year
house.
old be ready to go home.
He definitely.
When he get home, he could be so sleepy. He
But we
wake
was
up
ready
and
to
be
go
so excited.
home. And I feel like y'all were protective
I'm
too.
still ready to go home.
right now.
Right now, I'm ready to go.
Y'all made it that environment where we felt protected. We were safe. We were always with y'all. I mean, yeah, y'all went on vacations every now and then, but for the most part, we was at home. We was with daddy during the day.
Y'all said him a lot.
And we had fun at home.
We liked home.
We talked about the other day how, I can't say the names, but how y'all used to take his socks and cut them up and make doll clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What you mean you can't say the names?
Well, okay, y'all used to call some of the dolls Conchita.
What that got to do with
It's an inside scoop of me and your day's conversation.
It wasn't
really. It's
Conchita,
okay.
it was Conchita.
It was Conchetta.
Well, I know somebody named Conchita, and I keep calling her Cachita.
Yes,
By accident.
somebody does.
Because of us.
And
That's
was
why I
like,
said I can't
why
say
is
it.
that
All right,
name
he
stuck
said it
in
now.
my head?
And said the
Well,
girls used to call it babies.
We did used to cut up daddy socks to make our dog clothes, and I remember we used to be going off on them clothes too.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry,
did.
Yelly. This is about my grandchildren. You was gonna say about your grandchildren.
Dang, that's a serious interruption right there.
I'm sorry.
My grandbabies.
Oh,
And
I
we got
love my
Virginia
grand-
grandbabies, and we got.
I love them, especially when they get older. For me, babies, I love you. I hold you. Here you go. But when they start running around and we can play stuff like that,
And when
come
they
on.
play on your DJ,
and
they're ones and twos.
when they are potty trained, because Paw does not change diapers.
We know. It was a statistic about millennial dads being more involved with
For real?
homemakers things.
Yeah, what really was. It was like 3% of dads from the Gen X generation changed diapers. It's about, what is it, 80%
Yeah,
of
something like
dads
that.
changed diapers
was
in
over
millennial
50%.
generation.
Well, he had to change Nia because wasn't nobody home to change her.
Yeah, but they don't want
What
to.
did you
They
change it?
just do it
Yeah.
because you millennial
Oh, you was
moms
changing her.
want them
See,
to.
you told me you was changing Nia.
He did sometimes, but I
did.
changed a
You
lot
know
of
how-
diapers.
I think that
Yeah,
just has to
shit.
do with a lot of stereotypes. Just kind of what needs to happen in the house just started like breaking down a little bit. Not breaking down in a bad way, but
No, I don't. Yeah, whatever. I'm just not changing them.
yeah,
I don't care about all the
I'm still not
statistics and
Yeah, and you always been like, well, you like, I'll
Homemakers
keep the
coming
kids,
around.
but they got to lead the ones
Cause-
only that know how to go to the bathroom.
because I did cooking, cleaning, all that. All my roles that were normally for the women I participated in. I'm just not changing diapers.
But Daddy did his role though. We were always outside. We learned how to ride bikes. We learned how to skate. We
Learn how to rake leaves.
Learn how to change a tire.
we learned how to change a tire. We know how to put up light fixtures. We know. I mean, like
Y'all just not gonna let it go, are y'all?
Nope.
We on vacation, came home, the light fixture was changed. Who
Y'all-
told you where the wires go? Crazy.
y'all really did make
I
us
turned the light switch
self-sufficient.
off. That was your answer. That light is probably still up there working.
It probably is.
But I think you all had certain things that y'all did. Like so Kristen, when she first started learning how to drive, I could just go to sleep when she drove. When Yelly first started learning how to drive, I couldn't go to sleep. I was on tensified. But then there's other things that Yale does. Like she knew how to throw down and make leftovers look amazing. And so then we can trust that.
That's Rachel.
Oh, that's Rachel Jones. But no, you still knew how to go in that kitchen. No,
Yeah,
you like,
Yelly-
this
Yelly
needs
was
some
mad.
lemon. This
Oh,
needs some
yeah, you're right,
doctoring.
you're
This
right.
needs
She would
some.
doctor some stuff up.
Yeah, you
You're
doctored
right.
some stuff. I know what I'm talking about,
You're
girl.
right. My bad.
I was there. We got the picture of that when we got the kitchen remodel. Guess who's standing in the kitchen? But it's you.
Do y'all remember helping me put up kitchen cabinets?
Yes,
I should show a picture of that kitchen. But y'all helped put them kitchen cabinets up. It was me and y'all.
we helped with everything.
I really don't remember that.
I do.
I vaguely remember it, but I was always interested in like anything that you was doing all day, like whether you was seasoning meat. I know how to season chicken and meat because of Daddy, because I used to stand there and watch him, and he used to cut me off a little piece so that I could just sear it on the stove.
So I have a
During, like,
question.
barbecues.
I know we talk about things all the time, but I was thinking about this just with listening to you all's podcast, listening to my podcast. Y'all come up with some really pretty great stuff. But sometimes I feel like, why do people really want to know about our history? Do y'all ever think about that? It's just like a lot. Over
No,
the top.
I don't, because I listen to a lot of podcasts. It's all about relatability, and most of the people, we're just out here living the same life. But also,
It's fun reminiscing though.
it sparks conversation in your own life. Like it makes you reflect on your own childhood. Like when I'm listening to a podcast of somebody I don't know, but I love listening to podcasts. So as long as you got good conversation and wisdom and all of that, you got your audience. It's not for everybody, but
But I
it'll be
also
for
think
somebody.
that it's just relevant to the digital age we live in because when you're ready to like, one of my favorite things I always say, y'all probably heard me say it a million times, but like in marketing, for example, like we think about like Auntie Tab, like she started off showing her personal life. She started making us feel like we were her family. We knew about her children. We knew about her journey. We knew about she took us on the journey with her. So by the time she was selling seasonings, by the
Right.
time she had TV shows and books, we like, oh, I'm getting my auntie stuff.
Right.
Like we felt like we were on that journey with her. Even like Kev on stage, like for example. So like, I think that I don't think it's something on purpose. I think that we always find a way to like tie it back into something like meaningful. But like, I think that if you are starting something, I think it's important to like show. I'm not saying you got to tell your whole life story like we do, but like it is important to like keep that level of like transparency open so that people can like know you. Who am I following for real?
Okay, so I know I'm kind of veering off a little bit. If that's okay, y'all mind?
It's your podcast.
Oh
We
yeah,
relaxing.
okay. Harsha, do you mind if I veer?
I do.
Okay.
No, go ahead, baby.
See, that's that banter where I don't know if you're serious or playing.
Right. Did Daddy smile at all?
He did not. But no, I was thinking about that.
Right
The different podcasts that are of today, and of course, we shout out to the ones we mentioned, some of them or whatever. But I was thinking, like, what do you all think about the controversialness of different podcasts of ministry, people crossing over from ministry to,
Like Tim Ross.
yeah, we could mention
Yeah,
Tim
who else?
Ross. What's a lot of other people?
What do you mean by crossing over?
I know what you mean.
Okay, what do I mean, Chris? Because she usually does help me say what
Well,
I
yeah,
mean.
explain what
She's
Mommy
really
is saying
good.
and then answer the question.
She just means like, I think you mean like people are really showing their face. Like, for example, we're going to use Tim Ross. He was a pastor and we saw him in the light of a pastor on a stage. And then when you bring somebody into your home, he cussed a couple times. He's very like straightforward and direct and a little vulgar, honestly, sometimes with how he presents things. And so for people who are used to tradition and who are used to like a certain standard or not even a standard, but just the expectation that you have of people to be a certain
That's a
way,
good word.
you don't see them as a real person. You see them as your pastor. And so I feel like he
That's the only box you
humanized
keep 'em
himself.
in.
That's the only right. And I feel like that's another thing that y'all are doing. But I feel like y'all do that all the time. Y'all been really good at keeping yourselves human, even when you have to speak and present.
Yeah, I think people put us in a box too. But that's, man, okay.
We talked about that.
I did. We did.
Yeah, but no, that relates though. Like people put you in a box, and so it makes like, and I'm not trying to sound like, oh, I don't have like the hater mentality. Like, oh, I got haters out here, but like people put you so much in a box that it's making them uncomfortable, and they don't even realize why they have a real issue with you if you step out a little bit outside of that.
Yeah.
But I do think with a certain level of a platform and where God has you, you have to keep yourself with great power comes great responsibility. So
Right.
I agree with
it
that.
should be you all the time. It's not like they may be putting you in a box, but also yes, there are certain boundaries and lines we don't cross.
You don't cross.
because
right.
because this is where God has us. Not because you're a preacher, but just because this is the level that God has
Or
placed
no,
you
not
on.
because you are fronting or pretending,
Right.
but yes, I get that.
But you know what? But then there's a slippery slope, as your grandmother always says, that can slide you right. Remember I told y'all about my friend Ned who said, don't wear too many stretch pants because you'll stretch from one size right to the other. It's almost
I
like...
used to say that all the time.
Yes.
You still say
I believe in it. Put on the jeans that don't stretch. No lycra. Anyway, the point is that sometimes, you have to be careful because you could be so, like, every now and then I'm cussing. Then, every month I'm cussing.
Every day.
Then every day I'm cussing. And it just slips right on into just a level of carnality that takes you to a total different... Before you know it, you on the tabloids saying this person did such and such and such. It's like, how did that happen? Every little piece leads to something else. That's the word.
Well, I think it's when it's sin.
When
So,
it's sin, that's
when
yeah,
it's sin.
that-
People
that's-
view cursing as sin.
No, Jesus.
It's up for debate.
I know you think that.
I think so. I don't think anywhere they didn't even have this language in the Bible. They didn't have curse
What's the word
words.
say, Niche? What's the word?
The
say?
word says don't curse people, but like you can curse people without cursing.
Don't use profane language.
Right.
Okay, change the
But
subject.
that could be
We'll never agree.
debatable, right? I agree.
Y'all remember when I
Let your words be fitly spoken like apples of gold and
You
pictures
know how many
of
people
silver.
I done witnessed to?
remember I cussed my
'Cause you
teacher
cussed
out
at
in
him?
third grade.
Jeez. Do we have to tell that story?
Do y'all? But do y'all know the backstory
Heartstrings.
behind it?
Yelly, anytime you call your teacher ugly Amy.
A what?
Ugly Amy.
A what?
I didn't say ugly A. I said
No.
GDB.
You said ugly. The word
No,
ugly.
Mom. No, because I just learned how to spell the word D, and I realized it was an N in it, so I was trying to be fancy to my friend.
I just remember ugly.
Well,
And
she
ass.
probably was ugly.
And mesh.
No, I'm just playing. So no, let me
See, I said,
let me redeem myself. I was falling into peer pressure. Okay. And the girl next to me started writing me notes. And I was like,
I'm about to match this.
and we switched classes. So it was my class that I switched. And so, like, I just thought it was, I never wrote down a cuss word. So it was fun to me. I was having a great time. And I don't know how we got to talking about that teacher. I love that teacher. But do y'all know we switched classes? We switched back classes. And I was sitting in this boy named Vernon desk. Vernon is the snake in the situation. Vernon got me in trouble and led me to getting a whooping in the bathroom.
You got yourself in
And
trouble.
Vernon tried to add me as a friend on Facebook years later.
And you
You
wouldn't do it?
declined, Vernon. Vernon.
You
Blocked.
can't get in.
I got that
At
trauma
least you
too.
got
But
that
we're not
trauma,
talking. We're not talking about
I
that.
could say you got that trauma too.
I got that trauma, but
I don't
we're
have
not
to name-
talking. We
want
don't
me to
name the
name the
story.
people?
No.
Well, let me look. Let me look.
No.
So,
Of course not.
you know any other kids that were writing and drawing notes in school? So
Hey, I stand beside me. I in this season of my life, I'm sticking beside me.
you.
Did y'all have to talk with me soon enough? Y'all let me go to somebody's house and they parents had naked people on the TV.
Look, my grandfather had naked pictures on the wall, so
That's why we didn't let y'all listen to no worldly music when y'all were little.
no worldly now.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
I did have a question about that, but
What's your question? How come?
oh no, it's not how come. It's kind of going off topic. I was just gonna ask, like, when did y'all start getting lenient?
I want to say something about that. I don't think West ever became unlenient. You know what I mean? It just was an era where Fred Hammond, Radical for Christ, Marvin Winans,
Which we
and
jammed to,
Marvin
and
Sapp.
still jammed to.
Marvin
this day.
Sapp, all of the, we literally just, it was in an era and we were caught up in that era, and there was nothing wrong with it but I think he always listened to the house music. That never shifted.
Right. So it wasn't so much that we didn't let y'all listen to whatever music. It was a lot of ratchet music going on the radio. And
Right.
y'all were young and formidable ears and minds. So we made sure that whatever was coming in was positive and
Well, I think y'all did an excellent job now. I think that now in my adult years, people be revoking my black card because I don't know about like certain movies. Like we didn't watch all like the super popular.
We didn't watch adult movies
like
when we
didn't
was
watch
kids.
adult movies
like
when
Jason's
we were kids.
lyric and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Right.
like I don't even think I've seen the whole Jason lyric. I'd be nervous to say it because like people be like, "You ain't seen." No, I did
What's
not.
that around Cornbread Earl and Me?
Come on, nobody's that old in this room.
You talked about
That
me because I
girl-
didn't know that movie, Cornbread Earl and Me. It's a
Yeah,
black movie.
But I mean,
You
I was
definitely revoked my black card as a person.
who was in that? Who was the star of that movie? The Matrix guy, the old Matrix guy. What's his name? Come on, now.
Samuel Jackson?
Morpheus. Yes. No, girl. It's not Samuel
Oh,
Jackson. Where your
nobody
card
know
at?
his
Give me your
name.
card. Him. The other Samuel
I don't know his.
Jackson.
Why can't we
his
think of his
name.
name? I know
I'm
his
That
name.
is
blacking out.
terrible.
He's
He
Morpheus
was-
forever.
He was a kid in that movie. That's how old Cornbread Earl and Me is.
I ain't never heard of Cornbread Earl in a day in my
Samuel
life.
Jackson wasn't Morpheus?
No, baby.
Girl, please. What?
That he's Marvel.
How are you gonna say that right here at this table when we got Matrix,
I'm
Reboot Your
ashamed.
Marriage,
I know what
Hearts?
you're talking
I am
about.
ashamed.
I don't.
Okay, well, I'm going to just say this. Morpheus. It's nothing better than the present. Morpheus
Matrix.
in Matrix.
Google.
Watch I just, okay. Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence
right.
Fishburne.
What is wrong with me?
What's wrong with
Not
all of
Samuel
us?
Jackson.
You were
Samuel
ready-
Jackson.
you were
I
ready to show
cannot
us
think
something?
of his name.
No, I mean, I wanted to get it right.
No,
okay.
if I
So
probably-
he was a
they
he
kinda
was a
look like
teenager,
cousins.
a little kid in that movie.
TBH.
Cornbread Earl and Me.
Okay, well,
That's how old that movie is.
Well, before we get into
wash your hair. Okay.
Huh?
Go ahead.
I was going to tell. They say revoke your black card. You want to tell about the hair?
I ain't know.
I have a question for
I
y'all.
thought that was a sensitive topic,
you
and
go
I
ahead,
don't
Yella.
this podcast. Oh no, you can go. You want me to ask first?
I don't know.
I was just gonna. Well, I just wanted to. Well, we don't have to ask it. I was just gonna ask, like, what traits do you feel like me, Kristen, and Nia got from y'all? Like going from Kristen or from G on down. Like,
I have an answer for that. So everything that y'all do bad, the cussing, the temper, all of that, your mommy says comes from my side of the family.
What?
And everything that is good and lovely comes from her side of the family.
That is not the truth.
You have said it every time.
No, it's
You
just
got
when
that from
the
your
temperament,
daddy.
like Kristen has said, she has
One of
managerial
them
tones. She
men's.
does. She has managerial tones. I
Mom,
think
you got managerial tones too. I just heard you on the phone upstairs in that work meeting.
Boss lady.
Okay, so let me just say, from Javon, basically, I feel like he's very gifted with mechanical and sounds and engineer and IT and all of that stuff. And then he also has a lot of he's very specific in the details. I've noticed that about him, and even last time we were in Virginia, he's like you in that way, very specific in the details. Whereas Kristen, I feel like
Hold on. Let me talk about Javon before
Okay,
you
go
go on
ahead.
Kristen. So for me, Javon, it's funny how we will buy the same exact things. And then we'll get together and be like, hey, look what I bought. And he's like, hey, I got that too. The same exact things. So
I didn't know that. That's
we are
crazy.
very connected in that. And he's a jack of all trades. Like
He
me.
is.
He is.
Can do
entrepreneur,
everything.
And he's charismatic and
he's
And
funny.
hilarious.
hosting. Like he has that gift, which I do feel like we got from.
And he works out and got muscles like me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Definitely. You go, boy.
Kristen.
About Kristen, I think I've always said this about her. She was talking and saying hi at like 6 months old, and Grandma Mims was like, "Did she say hi?" I said, "Yeah, Grandma, she did say hi. She been saying hi." She was reading at like 3 years old. Very smart, very wise, very managerial. And stands her ground, but then has a very sensitive side like me. So the first part was you, and then she has sensitive sides like me.
I agree with all those.
And
What you got to say?
Well, I feel like y'all are skipping over key things like work ethic. I think me and Yelly talked about this on our episode. Like we one thing that we saw was y'all work hard and
thank you for saying that.
get money. Like, and so I feel like that is it's not all about that, but when we go to work, we're the top performers at work. Like me, Yelly, and Nia and Javon, like we're all top performers. So that it doesn't just happen by accident. I feel like that happens by
leaders.
example.
And
And leaders and people that you just got a mark on you. Aside from just having
no
God,
nonsense people.
no nonsense.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's not something we all got from you. Very heavy.
And I don't think you got it from me this part, but y'all stand y'all ground. Like I was not confrontational a little bit. I just knew if you wouldn't, because I was self-employed. But I will say that about you all. You all fight for what you believe in, and I think that's a really great trait. You don't take shenanigans.
Girl, was you about to cuss?
No.
Sound like
Yes, she
it.
was. She
Sound
was about
like
to
it.
say shiitake mushrooms.
She was.
But that was
Sugar,
just
honey, iced
what we
tea.
don't take. So
Yeah.
I mean, it really ain't a curse word. But
No.
Okay. I agree.
thank you.
That's good things.
And then the other piece to this is on the spiritual aspect. I
Okay,
feel
I'm
like
cussing from your
you
ground.
all are grounded in the word, even though you still have fun, you still have life. I think that part about us. I think I wanted that so bad. I wanted balance. I'm not talking about straddling the fence with your faith or your Christianity or your walk with the Lord, but every time y'all might veer off a little bit, you'll see some type of devotional coming through or some type of Facebook post or Instagram, something speaking where the Lord has spoken to you, and you're not just speaking to you, but he's speaking to so many people, and you allow him to use you, and you're gifted with people. The other piece is entrepreneurship. You all are gifted in entrepreneurship. All of you all have started business, launches business, and God has given you favor with people, and I do believe that as well.
Oh, I got one more.
Okay, go ahead.
Transparency. I feel like everybody
Yeah,
that doesn't naturally come, and I feel like y'all were really honest with us. Y'all fought in front of us. Mommy talked to me about everything. Like I remember her just asking me my opinion on stuff when I didn't have one, even though I didn't have one. But
That's
she
why
was
started
very
leaning on me because I gave a little bit more colorful answer.
y'all was very transparent. Y'all do that now. We watch y'all do it even when we were like in our teenage years when y'all start doing more engagements and stuff. And I feel like now that is spilled over, which is why we do live our life out loud. We're real people. And I feel like that is what draws people
Yeah.
as far as witnessing goes and sharing.
That's good.
And we love God. And ain't no mistake about
What's
it.
wrong with
I
you?
love God. What's wrong with you?
See, them singers over here, they gonna make a song for everything.
No, you said it too, singer.
I was just singing because I know y'all was about to
Daddy
get
was
it.
like, "What's wrong with you?" Daddy, I heard you say that.
I saw that episode with Isaac. I've been practicing.
He gave y'all the bass run.
What was it again? That was too hard, Isaac.
I don't remember what it is off the top of my head.
Well, speaking of work ethic and
It wasn't that old man.
Ooh, hey.
You did it.
Oh,
Come on.
speaking of work ethic,
We on Yelly. Let's get on Yelly.
Now, Yelly.
I forgot we was doing this.
Yelly's personality, I would say, is the humor. I remember her just always silly, and when she was little, like Wes, the humor part I'm talking about. Like he would have a video camera. She'd be like, "What's
People-
wrong with you, Daddy?"
People think I'm serious.
You know,
all the
just
time.
always
do.
just bringing the life to the party, making people smile, even to your own demise. Like, right, I've heard y'all's podcast about how you be making everybody happy and you was depressed. But just like, I'm not saying that was you, but I'm just saying like showing up no matter what.
Yeah.
No, showing up no matter what state you're in. You know what I mean? Not quitting. If you had a show to do, you're going to do the show. You may be sad inside, but you push past it. And I think that, I think you get that from both of us because we could both be tired, but you definitely push past whatever you got. Now, eventually, it's a hard crash probably because you have to come to face your own truths. But the point is that that's a good question. That's probably another show either for y'all or whatever. But it's like, do you show up even though you're in a space? How long do you show up? That's the key. How long do you show up not healthy, right? And you just trying to keep it moving. You can't do that all forever. So I do appreciate that. I do also think Yelly don't mind getting up early in the morning. I know that Kristen didn't get that from me because she does not get up early in the morning if she couldn't.
I do
didn't.
now. I have. I don't
Well,
have
you
a
have to,
choice.
but that wasn't like your thing, right? I don't know what Nia does, but Yelly didn't mind getting up
Not
and
get
going
up
to the
early.
salon. Now, Chris did after later years start getting up early, coming to the salon with me. I mean, sometimes I had to push it, but I just think, like I said, work ethic, personality, pushing. Yelly's friendly personality. The kids think she's a great little, what you call it?
Hooped.
No, they think she's a hoop, but they also think she's who was you?
Rich auntie.
The rich auntie, and I mean prophesy over there. But what's the ice? Let it snow. I mean,
Oh yeah.
she had to be what's her name?
Elsa.
Elsa.
She had to be Elsa
for Tula's
Fatula.
party.
What auntie dresses up like Elsa Fatula and is the life of the party, and then just doesn't do it for her own son. Starts a business off a party. You know what I mean? Like just creative.
You did want to do costumes, characters.
Yeah, and
for
I
parties.
still am right now. I'm just working on my inflatable business.
Yeah.
Well, my soft play business.
Yeah, so and then Nia with the entrepreneurial, even though she's a quiet storm, she's the most like your dad to me. She's a quiet storm. She thinks things through, but at the same time, that creativity and like
Super creative.
who would have known brown sugar lattes would have showed up on Instagram, and it's amazing. And I'm like, wow, that is amazing. Like, but she's like me who loves coffee, like her mom. So I say that's where she got that from.
Nia, well, you finished, baby?
Yeah, I'm finished now.
Good, because I was going to interrupt you anyway.
Go ahead, Ray.
Nia, I think by far has gotten the best of both sides. I know, but that's what she does. All of her
We've
good
accepted
attributes.
that she was the favorite a long time ago.
No.
We're
didn't
not
say that.
offended.
So what I think that she has done is watched her sisters and her brother and was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And she chose to do different. She is on the beat of her own path.
She is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then she married Isaac. Because that podcast y'all did with Isaac, that was hilarious. I was like, oh, is that my son-in-law, Isaac? Who is that?
He's a funny man.
He's a funny man.
He is crazy.
So, thanks be unto God. And then the grace on you all's life to all be married, fight through any storms you've had, which you all have endured some storm. And I'm really grateful that, God's favor is on you. And I pray for you all the time. I really, really do. I pray for your marriage. I pray for your children. Whew, that's all I got. What
Y'all
you got?
pass that down.
I got a question. So we were talking about work ethic, and I saw this. I think somebody just mentioned it on the radio, and they played a clip of a Gen Z, and she was going in about having to work a regular job in the office from 9 to 5, and she was like, "This is some torture. I don't understand why we do this." Then other Gen Zs were chiming in, was like, "We are all in the dark ages, working 8 hours, and we should just have to work 4 hours and make $100,000." And I'm like, where do y'all see this world going with this work ethic? Because to me, and this is my opinion, to me, they have zero work ethic. They don't want to work. I have yet to meet a Gen Zer, and some millennials too, but yet to meet a Gen Zer who starts a job and actually intends on staying on that job or making a career. They all want to quit, start their own business, and be retired by the time they're 35.
Okay, I got a couple things to say.
Go.
I feel like number one, signs of the times. Everything evolves. Like people, technology, whatever. Same with work ethic. What might have taken 8 hours back in the day doesn't take 8 hours now. It takes 4 hours, and it's you performing at a high level. Not to say that she should only work 4 hours, but you could do double. You could do 2 days work in 8 hours. In comparison to somebody from another generation that it might take them a little longer. So that's one thing. I think right now we don't need to be in the office to do our jobs. I think it's great.
They preach that.
Right now
needed to be.
I'm one day in the office and the rest of the days are remote, but I get the most work and most efficient work done when I'm at home in my own space, in my own environment. I'm not wasting time chit-chatting with other people. I'm like laser focused on what I'm doing. Now, do I think that that's important? Yes. And so that's why I'm happy that my office does a 1 day a week thing. But I think they have all this dang on real estate with empty offices of people after COVID. And so now they're forcing a job in person, which in my opinion is going to decrease productivity. That's just my opinion, depending on the type of person you are. But I'm a millennial. I'm not a Gen Z. I do think there's a definite sense of entitlement. But I think it's the same entitlement that white people had 4 or 5 generations ago. And I feel like we are rising. And I do feel like there's going to be a flip as far as culture. Like Black people are, and this is not just about Black and white, but Black people are seeing who they are. Same with the younger generation, like knowing your value. Yeah, the times that we came from, think just like we came from slavery. And then it was like, okay, well, we just got to work any job so that we bring an income to our family. And so you'll do anything for money because that's the circumstances you're in. Also, the companies back then were much more loyal and cared about their employees. Now they getting you
in the
out just as quick as you're
in the
turning around.
Like you're subject to getting fired.
So I feel like that's a sign of
agreement.
In the contract
companies
you
too.
sign is basically letting you know like you're subject to be, replaced at any, and they used all the legal jargon, but basically saying like we can replace you at any time. Like there's no like contractual agreement.
And now they look for diversity. So it's a balance. I'm still millennial, so I'm a loyal person. When I go into a job, I'm in it. Like I'm almost like warped into it to where when I leave, I have this depression, this bout of depression about like what work is not being done now that I'm gone. It's very sickening.
Well,
Well, that's because you're a boss too. That's if you, I promise you, when you are not responsible, but except for just a little bit of work you're doing, man, you are out of there. But when you are responsible to get a job or a task or something done that takes a little bit of time, you think about those things. I need to make sure this is done. I need to make sure they did that. I need to make sure
Your brain doesn't turn
check
off.
on that. But that comes with leadership.
So what do you feel?
Well, I agree with a lot of everything that really everything that you said. I wholeheartedly agree with. I think that it, like what Krista was saying, like so before COVID, I worked in tech. I've been working in tech for like almost 10 years now. Dang, that's a long time. I didn't realize. But anyway, so the tech job that I was working at before where I am now, we had asked, I think it was like a conversation about like working from home, like if you are sick or whatever, like can I work from home? And they just said like no, you just take off. Like this job cannot be done working from home. Like they made like it was a whole conversation about it, like a town hall meeting about that was one of the topics, and they made this strong declaration that this is not a work from home job. We are much more efficient. They preached it. Here comes COVID. We all working from home, and our numbers are skyrocketing.
Mm-hmm.
Productivity levels are going up. They actually had to send out an email telling people to take off.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was this job that I'm at now. This job that I'm at now, I started at the top of the pandemic. I didn't know if I was going to get hired, but I'll be there 4 years, April 13th. And productivity level is through the roof. And they actually, in the midst of like COVID, they sent the email out saying, guys, y'all have to take off. Like, take off. But productivity level, and if you treat adults like adults, then they will be adults. If they're not doing their job, get them out of there. Simple as that.
And that's what they
do. And
do.
the thing is like, my job is very tedious. When I'm in it, I'm in it. But I could work for a solid, like Kristen said, 4 hours, and my day is done. And so, like, if I'm in the office, now I have the luxury where I don't have to be in the office from 9 to 5. I'm only going 2 days a week. But when I'm in the office, like, I'm doing my job. Once I'm done, now I'm just looking for something else to do. I think it just depends on the job as well.
And it depends on the person. Everybody, well, again, like we said, I feel like we got what it is to work hard. We got work ethic. Everybody does not have that. I can't really even speak for Gen Z.
The other thing about Gen Z is that they're seeing self-made millionaires, and I think that I'm not a Gen Z professional. I only can speak from like my own little bubble, so I'm not trying to offend no Gen Zers out there. But from my views, they are seeing people rise to the top with no degrees. People are not
doing what?
Through social media, through starting businesses, through content creation, through
all of that.
There's so much information out here. We can learn. Everything I know about what I'm doing today, I could literally learn. They have courses that you can take. I have a friend right now who's trying to get into tech, and she just about to start taking courses.
And think about the person who put those courses together and is selling those courses. That person is a millionaire.
Selling those courses. Somebody who's been in tech.
I need to go hurry up and get to selling courses.
Right. Speaking of which,
marriage launch coming up.
But yeah, and I think that the world is shifting to one. There's so much information out there. Two, I'm not gonna say that it's not a little bit of entitlement. I do think there is some entitlement as far as like what they should be doing, and they are a generation that's going against the grain, which I don't think is a bad thing. But go ahead, I'm done.
Did you want to say something? So, I agree. So, all the office work is great. If you can do it from home, I agree, because if I'm going to sit at work and work on a computer, I can do that at home, especially with all the new technology today. I get that part. But what about all the other jobs that nobody is going to want to do? When I was working,
they hiring robots.
That's what I was going to say.
For some. But so when I was working, there were some trade jobs, machinists, and some more jobs like that. These jobs are paying, starting.
Heck yeah, they are.
Over $100,000. I said, you mean to tell me we can't get enough people to make $50 an hour?
Because social work-life balance, it means more. Sometimes it means more than the amount of dollars. What is getting this paid so much if I'm not going to be able to like spend time with my family, or I'm stressed out?
And that is exactly what the young lady was saying. When do I spend time with my family?
Because it's a shift. It's been a shift in the world where we're focused on like mental health. Jobs right now are offering therapy services.
I agree. So who's going to do these jobs?
I don't know.
That's what they're gonna hire robots.
No, robots can't do all of that.
I think they're gonna hire that. I think they're gonna hire, but the jobs, unless they don't want no more employees, they're gonna have to shift with the times, and that's with anything.
Name
that's
a specific job you're talking
churches,
about.
With you have to shift with the time.
What you talking about?
Me or Yelly?
No, you. I'm saying what you said. Machine.
Unlimited PTO.
So,
name like a specific thing.
I work for a major railroad company, and they would rebuild the trucks on a train. So in order to be real touch on it, you got to take loose all the wiring, take loose all the cabling, taking loose all the components and the parts, the brakes, the everything that's on a truck, on a train. So in the midst of this rehabbing, you need a certain amount of people to keep production going. Because if one part stops, you hold up everything. The machinist was one of the hardest people we were trying to get to employ. And basically, it's not like it's a hard job. You just got to be mechanically inclined.
I think. Well, what are the benefits? And I'm not talking.
What do you mean benefits?
I'm talking about like. I'm saying if you ask the question like how are we gonna keep people in the job?
Yeah, what are you
No,
offering?
I'm
I
saying-
think it's
I'm
about
saying-
what is being offered.
I don't think it is.
No,
think
what is being offered? Asking the
I'm
question,
saying if
what
you
is-
want to keep, if you
benefits?
want to get people
Yeah.
to be
I don't know,
what about the
'cause you-
unlimited PTO? Like that's what a lot of jobs are also offering, unlimited
so
PTO.
if you have
and-
unlimited PTO and you get people off whenever they want, you can't get production done.
Not true.
Daddy, that's not true.
I have unlimited PTO and I don't
have-
ever take off.
If you give somebody a goal,
Okay, I'm talking about
It's a different.
because I was
different.
No. I'm as a general manager, what we had and the days that were given and the people that took off sick, there was a lot of times we had to stop production, pay other people overtime just to keep up what we need to keep up with because
Right, 'cause
people were
it's
taking off
because
and
of that
calling
kinda
in
job.
sick and things like that. And that's my whole point. I'm just
So
like,
were they millennials and Gen Zs? That's what I want.
some were millennials, some were, I don't know if they were any Gen X's like my age, but some were younger. And they would rather, like you said, they'd rather sit at home and make six figures. That's fine if their job provides for that. But somebody has to do these other, somebody has to fix your Lexus when you bring it to the shop.
well, I'm gonna stand on it.
Otherwise, you're going to take your Lexus to the shop and it's going to be there a whole week because you're only requiring them to work 4 hours. So they're going to work a little
It's
bitty 4
true.
hours, leave your
Yeah.
car there, come back. So what would take a day, now it's going to take 3
Yeah,
days.
and I do feel like people are expecting less when it comes to stuff like that specifically. Like you just expect that something is going to take
Take a
longer.
longer time. Mm-hmm.
So what does that lead us to? Where do we end up?
Charging more
Where do we
for
end
the
up?
for the
I mean,
labor.
it again. I think it's just always going to go back to if you keep going back to the question like where do we end up? How do we keep people in jobs? Somebody out there does this where they go into jobs and figure out how they can keep the employees, and they're always going to lean towards okay, what is this package looking like?
Yeah, I agree with that. I
So,
think that
so where I worked at had one of the best. I'm sorry, babe. Had one of the best benefit
Interruption
packages
spirit.
there was with the pension, which is rare in these days. You're not getting that much more. Or you can opt out of the pension and do your own 401.
I know, but that was beautiful. It is beautiful in the long grand scheme of things. But I'm talking about like right now with this generation, what looks beautiful to them in a sense. And I'm not saying. And the thing is like you gotta. I don't know.
It's good. No, it's good that expectations evolve, just like it's good that the company evolves. But I feel like in that case, it's got to be like a top person situation
Right.
getting in there to figure out how they
That's
can
what I mean.
manipulate productivity and change things around so
Right.
it stays high
Right,
with
right.
less people. Like that's the dilemma now.
Right.
Not so much trying to make these young kids do something
Right.
that they're not gonna do, because you can get them in there and then, like you said, they performing poorly or they depressed or
Yeah.
now they going to the counselor every few days. Like there's definitely a sense of entitlement and elevation, but I think it's like I think it will balance out, because I feel like millennials are parents right now and a little bit of Gen Zs. I feel like we're teaching it.
Yeah. So, and I'm gonna let you speak. I just want to say the last part. So, one of the things that I hear most people complain about, which is the services, are the very things that are suffering. If your lights go out, you're like, what in the world are they doing? Well, imagine if we had a bunch of Gen
Right,
Zers
exactly.
fixing our lights. You get some lights next week, maybe, if they come to work and don't take a PTO.
Dad, you know what they doing? They
And-
getting on YouTube
and that's
figuring
just,
it out themselves.
okay, well,
That
you
is
YouTube
true.
your light. And it goes with every
And you
other.
putting videos up to show them how to do
It
it.
goes with. I'm not, no, when I mean lights off, I mean like a ComEd problem.
Oh,
not
yeah.
your lights in your house. I'm
Yeah.
talking about a whole neighborhood is out in the midst of a storm,
And
people are
nobody
like,
is to come out.
and it is unheard of that somebody would work 18, 16 hours. They're like, how many hours? But that's what they do when your lights in the neighborhood go
This will
out.
be a 2-episode.
But I'm just saying, all the
Maybe
services
so.
that we're missing when you're driving and hitting these potholes, how come they're not fixing this? And how come they've been working on this highway for 40 years?
Well, in the event that
Those are the things we complain about.
in the event that there is like a business owner who is having this current issue,
all of them.
like okay, well, you got to go back to the drawing board. Like, how updated is your systems in house? What areas could you replace that would make the job, a little bit easier? I'm not saying like replace them all with robots, but like there's so much out here and so many resources, internal systems.
Or how often
that
is
can
it
be
being checked while
updated.
people are on the clock? What do the quality checks look
And
like?
then like if you can't get somebody to work, I mean, if you're not gonna hire somebody, people are not gonna take the job without knowing what the expectations are.
Go ahead,
they
Mom.
Sorry,
do.
Mom.
Let
They
me
do.
talk.
They do. Go ahead, Nish.
So I just want to say that what it brings me to is speaking to legacy, because there has to be some levels of understanding from, say, for instance, you're the general manager. You're sitting here talking to your daughters. They didn't follow in your footsteps, okay, of course. That's no big deal. But what did you say? That the work ethic was there. The passion was there to work. It may work differently, but it's still work ethic and it's hard work. Here's the key to me. It goes back to the parental guidance.
That's true.
Of speaking to your children about what's really important and having those conversations, and thinking about, so I'm going to speak to the credit union that my grandfather started 61 years ago. Now I'm 54, but I see the value. Krista said, I'll come help, Mom. I see the value in what was there. Now, have I been putting money in the credit union all this time? No. But the reason is because the systems have to shift in order for me to be able to be a participant.
Right.
And so that's the same work ethic that you have to have. Somebody at the head honcho has to pay attention, whether you got kids or not, to what's going on in the world. And how can I entice the generation, and not just entice them for money or benefits, but entice them for education, entice them to show them that this is valuable and will continue to be valuable for generations to come. To me, that's where people miss it. It's just all about me and what I'm doing. No, it's not. We teach this all the time. It's not just about you. It's about my Jazz and Tula and Case and Mac and Gigi. What are they going to be doing? What is being in their mindset? And if it's tech, that's fine. But they should know how to change a tire regardless whether the spaceships are going to be in the sky by the time they're older. You know what I'm saying? But Can they have an old school where they still need to change the tire? Absolutely. In case nobody comes to roadside assistance. Right. And that's what I'm saying. Don't leave out the value of educating generations after generations, whether you are the CEO of a company or whether you are just the person that is working, scrubbing the floors. Everybody has value, and it needs to be continued to be educated throughout centuries to come.
Treat it.
That's what I have to say. Mindsets have to shift.
Whew. Well, I don't even know if y'all trying to.
No, those were some good points.
Well, I think
Still not worth a quarter, but
Did you say my stuff wasn't?
No,
Well,
no.
God, Daddy, good thing you retired now. So it's not your problem no more.
But you can talk about it on a podcast where a Gen Z may listen and say, "What's Uncle Wesley talking about?" Well, maybe I do need to figure out.
No,
how to,
I don't even think that is what are these business owners saying? What is Wesley talking about? Or what is Nisha talking about? How can I shift so that I can appeal to keep my company rolling?
And I think a lot of companies have.
Yeah.
If you go into a company like I have a friend, she works for Blue Cross, and she's whatever her position is, she's a boss of something, and she came to work one day, and all of the private offices and cubicles all gone. It's just an open floor with some desk, and you sit anywhere you want. And even when you guys went to work, I think that was you, Danielle. I came to your job, and I got you in the job. They got a pool table, a bar where you can get some beer after work. They got breakfast. You just go over there and pour a little cereal, have a bowl of cereal while you're working.
That, did it?
While you're working, and then they had little private rooms if you want to have a private conversation.
They even had a rest and relaxation room where you could do yoga.
I saw somebody with massage chairs where people could come in and just sit down and get massages on their break.
So companies, I think they're understanding that. I think they're even more so understanding these work from home positions and the productivity that they're getting, and that is awesomely great. Mm-hmm. But I'm not gonna say what's that telling these people. I don't know what message is going. I don't know where these. I don't know where they're at. because to me, it's not so much give me a job where I'm comfortable and I feel right and I only have to work a few hours and I'm not tired and I'm not overworked. It's more than that. They just don't want to work.
Well, that's true. But I feel like that's a separate group of people. The ones that do want to work, I feel like it further inclines them to place more value in themselves rather than the job. And I feel like that's kind of what's flipped. Like the companies were where it was at. Like, and I got to do everything for my boss and I got to do everything for this job. And now it's like, no, I'm what's valuable, and what I bring is to the table is what's golden. And so now I'm not just looking wherever I can get a job. I'm looking at who's gonna offer me the best option. Also, I think it leaves room to really think about what you're passionate about. It's people right now taking jobs for less money because they want to be in that field. And I do still feel like it's people that's passionate about building and doing things with their hands, and like they're out there.
Mechanically inclined. Mm-hmm.
I think they're out there. I agree. I think that.
I think it goes backwards too. They don't do trades. Everybody pushing. Well, they go to college. They get to college. Right. They don't even want to do that, and then they end up coming back to
the trade.
Which because that's what they want to do anyway. That was going to be their lane.
Here's a question: do you all love your jobs? That if you had enough money right now, you would still be doing it?
So who in the heck would be working with?
I know.
Well,
I mean, that's a real
really
question.
Speaking, them benefits weigh a lot.
That's what I'm saying. Like your moms and your wives. But if you had enough money coming in and benefits were not a work issue or whatever, would you still be passionate about working?
No,
I would not. Especially because just for me personally, like I feel like if I could be making money doing something else the same amount and still be comfortable, yes, I would absolutely do that. Am I passionate about what I do? No, but am I passionate about making myself look good while I'm there and making sure that I'm able to support my family? Like that's what's
it's also networking, and you building relationships, you building connections.
Yeah.
I think for me, I would be more devoted to my kids. I would, because I feel like they're the future. They're my responsibility, and they still my responsibility. And I also have to go to work, but I'm super intentional about just making sure that they are well educated emotionally and mentally, and you make sacrifices just like y'all did. So I would take all of that energy that I'm using at this job that uses every ounce of brain cell that I have. Yeah. And I would put it into figuring out home life. And I probably would homeschool, and I probably would travel all the time. If I just had money coming in, you said we just had the money.
Yeah. But really, entrepreneurship ain't
what would you do?
I don't want to veer. I mean, I think I'll always be working because I think ministry is my calling, and ministry is not just standing behind a pulpit. Ministry is, working in areas that that people you could be encouraged and just like that. But I was thinking about this, and I know we have gone a long time, but I was thinking about this with Gracie's Corner, and I was thinking about what if Tula decided she wants to just start writing a book,
not
or
have
Jazz
to watch it quiet on the set,
But what my point is that Hollywood. The world we know it is really trying to veer toward entrepreneurship. Now, do they have the ethic to actually financially steward that money and be wise about it? That's one thing. But can a parent identify when a child has something like that? What's that one? Ryan's World? I mean, I'm just thinking about that. Ryan's will be set for probably his little life. Why? Because some little idea came up and this, that, and the other. Gracie's Corner, some little idea came up. A parent paid attention to it. And sometimes the parent will be set because they're investing in the children. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, the future. I just always try to look toward the future, if that makes sense, to say what's next, not just standing behind the desk. Hopefully you can pour enough into your children that they won't have to do all of the things that we're talking about right now. They'll have a gift of owning their own companies.
Y'all worked hard so that we could have better choices. Like, we were able to go to college. We were able to have the comfortability of coming back home after college. We were able to find jobs and think about what we wanted. And in that same way, I feel like we can offer even more to our next generation. I feel like it's always leveling up.
Yes, y'all were ready to launch, which is important because some of these kids, y'all came back and like, all right, I don't know what I'm going to do, but we're going to get up out of this house.
Oh, we're going to start
Actually, I could have stayed forever.
Or modeling or whatever. But anyway, this has been really good Collaboration.
I got one more topic.
Okay.
It's just a question. It's
Are
just a
y'all
thought.
gonna do the questions for us?
Yeah, we got to do the question of the day. Chris, grab those questions of the day,
But
girl.
Daddy, what's
I
your
get it.
topic though? I want to know.
So, hot topic off the press.
In the cricket.
What? So the word DUI. It's a DEI.
DEI.
What does that
DEI.
stand for?
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
So what they're doing now is they made a comment with the mayor of Baltimore. I think his name is Brandon Reynolds. They made a comment and said the mayor DEI, like he was a diversity. Say the word again.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Right. Which is they're saying
Like he was an affirmative action mayor.
Right, exactly. Like there's in Baltimore, no doubt, which is
What's his
60% black city. So what they're saying is that
Brandon
this is-
Scott, not Brandon Reynolds. I was
Brandon
like,
Reynolds.
Brandon Reynolds, our friend.
I'm sorry.
Shout out to Elite Zone.
Right.
Brandon
Brandon
Scott.
Scott. The mayor, so you know that the where the boat knocked the bridge down
Yes.
in Baltimore. So
Yes.
he's been dealing with that.
Wild.
And he
Looks
is
young too.
he is young and he is very sharp with his words. He's very intelligent. You can tell. He's not somebody who you're just gonna say some stuff and you're just gonna let it
Yeah.
ride. You know, and he's saying like this is the new N word that they're saying. They're trying to throw that DEI on the end of
Right.
like you're not qualified and like there's somebody
Yeah.
handed you this job. So and I just like
That
they
part.
just y'all just doing too much. You need to
That's
sit down
because they
somewhere.
getting scared. Let me tell y'all something. I told Yelly this on Salt Lit.
And you just said it earlier.
It's about to flip. I feel like it was like a certain way with white on top, and culture is rising, and diversity is actually rising, and it ain't because
Whether
we
they-
not you just giving us a chance because we a lowly old soul. No, it's because we're better, and I feel like that is being. And I don't mean better like that. I just mean we're smart, we're creative, we're different.
Yes, I'm
We're
saying something
innovative. There are things that we have that y'all don't have
Right.
because of how we came up and because of the history of African Americans and just people in general. So I feel like they got to try to downplay any way they can. They're holding on, fighting for their lives, fighting for their spot because the world is shifting.
And
Mark my
my
words.
my manager, I have my yearly review with her, and I have a wonderful manager now, and I she's a white woman, but like I feel more supported in this role than I ever have. But she tries to like be so intentional because in one of my reviews it asked me, I don't even remember what the question was, but it asked something about like diversity, whatever, and you know, it's not just about getting black people through the door. It's about getting different thoughts and different experiences and different educational backgrounds through the door so that we can truly hit our common goal from hearing different perspectives. Diversity matters because different experiences bring different results. And I made a comment that we had like a round table and where they just let us talk. And so like I was quiet most of the time because I'm the only black girl on my team. Well, they hired one other black girl in 4 years.
Alrighty. Coming
Anyway,
on along.
but I was just like, well, if I just want to say something, and I was like, I'm not trying to pull the black card, but to pull it.
Not trying, but did.
I noticed that there are no people of color in leadership. Not only are there no people
You
of
said
color,
that?
yes. I said there are no people of color in leadership, and there are also no black men.
Mm-hmm.
I've been working in Grululu for
Edit that out.
edit that out, please. For 4 years, and there are no black men on my team. You know where they are? In customer service. But on my team, working directly with and I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that's a coincidence. Y'all can,
No, they redlining.
yeah, and that's what I said, and I was just like, and then I just brought up my point, I say my facts, and then I say the reason why, and which my reason why was that if you want to think about diversity and inclusion, it's also diversity in thought.
Mm-hmm.
You coming from y'all you can speak from one experience, you're gonna keep getting the same results.
Yes.
On a system that was built for a certain person, when that ain't even your market anymore.
Right.
Do you know that you check off 2 marks though for diversity?
Woman and being black.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's why, and sometimes I do feel the pressure to be on a little bit more. Now I don't code switch as much as I used to.
I was going to ask you that.
It's non-existent
When
now.
that
Like
speech you just gave, did you speak in code switch?
I talked exactly how I'm talking to you right now. Was that wild?
No, but that's another thing. We talk
Like,
how we talk.
I talk how
And
I
it gets
talk,
results.
and I had a manager who was offended by how I talk. He told me I should use more professional tones, and I called him out on it. Don't tell me as a black woman in corporate America, I got hired by the same Caucasian man you did, sir. Don't tell me I don't. You know what I'm saying? I don't come from living under a rock. I got here for a reason.
You grew up on the rough side of Hazel Crest.
Right.
We from 95th. What you talking about?
But like I know how to talk, and I got this job for a reason. So for him telling me that, and that was me calling him out on that severed our relationship then on. When he was my manager.
Okay.
He was awkward with me. I was the only one on my team because I told you I started at the beginning of the pandemic. He was passive aggressive with me, and to the point where I'm just like, I didn't have nobody to talk to about it. I talked to my god brother, who was a manager of all managers, KJ, and he gave me some great solid advice from a manager
From
standpoint,
upper management standpoint.
right, and also how I should go into it. And so anyway, that's neither here or there, but I'm just saying it matters.
And I
Diversity
think,
matters.
yeah.
But them saying
it's
that's
a lot of stuff.
y'all trying to use that as like well, here's the new DEI guy.
Because they kind of shut all of these inclusive things down now.
yeah,
Everywhere.
because y'all don't know nothing about it.
You know, like your Aunt Jana, maybe I shouldn't say her name, but that's her department that she manages.
Right.
And the doctors want to completely eliminate that. It's like, what do we need that for?
Right,
I'm like, okay, well, maybe.
but
it's wild.
it could go back. Anyway, we could.
That was really off
Especially
topic.
in healthcare.
I don't think we should
started.
split this episode up. I think it should be one long episode.
It'll be one long. So let's do
Yeah,
this.
we
so
could be
can
Tim
get
Ross
out
and
of
have a
here.
4-hour episode.
We can.
4 hours.
All right. So what y'all want to do? Questions? Or y'all want these tasty
I'm not
treats?
eating that. Y'all on your own.
I'll
eat
eat
this.
it.
I'm not.
Wait, I need to spit my.
Come on,
gum
y'all
out.
pick your own
Got
question
some
out.
paper in here.
Pick your own question.
Y'all even waiting to eat that cricket.
I ain't been waiting. Let me find a piece of paper.
There, I gave you paper.
Where?
Right here.
You about to eat it?
I'm about to try.
Chris, you're gonna
Chris,
eat
these
one.
are
I
delicious.
will not.
Why not?
Look at that.
And if y'all know anything about me, I stand my ground.
Girl, come on, everybody pick a card.
I'll
I'm
be-
not.
Unless you want me to curse on your podcast, you're gonna leave me alone.
Well, you already did, so there you
Hey,
go.
that is
Smell
so nasty.
Smell it.
No, I don't want to smell it because crickets should
Oh,
smell
it's
like
ugly.
sour cream.
What did you think it looked like?
I don't know. I just thought it was more.
Thought it was chocolate covered?
That looked like a cicada, and the eyeballs are prominent.
Where'd it go?
I said it was looking at me.
Where'd it go?
I don't
It flew
think
away.
so.
Get another one.
It smelled like outside.
It's
That's
salt and vinegar.
You
Well, you
smell
know,
like outside.
Hold on, let me
if
get
you
this.
came home and saw that in your bed, it would be something.
Then,
Okay.
no, y'all would be like, oh,
Wait,
a
did y'all
snack.
eat the whole thing? 'Cause
Yeah, the
y'all-
whole thing. I'm gonna
y'all
eat
was-
another one.
Y'all,
Put it in and crunch it down.
the
Ready?
whole thing?
1, 2, 3.
Don't crunch.
I think I'll have another one. Oh, that one's real salty.
I don't know if I'm married to you.
Look at her. She is
You
disgusted.
need a little water?
Mommy, where you from? She been to Africa and now she
Look,
don't know
let me
how
tell
to
you,
act.
your mama's...
This tastes like Bug's Life.
That's Hopper you just ate.
Oh.
It tastes like outside. I feel like the legs stuck in the back of my throat.
They are. He hopping around right now.
Come on, let's go with these questions. I gotta get some water.
If you can eat these, you are ready for...
Fear factor?
No.
Y'all,
What?
Ready for whatever this world is about to bring. And we got to eat this for a living.
You liked it,
We'll
Daddy?
be tossing these up in the frying pan. No, I don't like bugs. Did you get a card, Yelly?
I mean,
We're going to start from Yelly and read these cards.
okay.
Get your gum and put it back in your mouth.
You need a little... You can't talk now?
the legs are legging.
What if she's allergic?
the legs are legging. They doing their thing back there. I need some water, ASAPical. We're going to read these questions and we're going to go and get up out of here now.
That might be the head, Yelly.
Excuse me, please. I need some water too.
Now I gotta give her the Heimlich. Y'all stressing me
Well,
out.
you CPR certified now, Nish.
I am.
Okay, my
Nobody
question
told them to
is,
eat them things, did they, Chris?
my question is not that good. Can I get another one just
Yes,
in case?
all right.
All
I'll
right.
read mine.
Get another one.
Do you eat differently when you're alone?
Absolutely.
I do.
Oh, you supposed to answer first?
Yeah, sometimes. That's my answer. Go ahead.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
You eat more?
Yeah, I
better,
just spit this out as
worse?
a leg.
Yeah, Lisa. Okay.
I feel like I can relax when I'm not in a hurry. Majority of the time, I'm in a hurry, so I
From
feel like I
working
can
so
relax.
long.
Right, and sometimes I just feel like I could sit. Even with around people, like if I'm cooking and I've had
Right.
everybody over. So if I'm alone, I
Lisa,
make my food.
you sound like you have a thorax stuck in your throat. Nobody told you to eat
It
that
is
cricket.
beyond me why you would choose to eat that again. Oh, I have another one. Like, what are you talking about, girl?
Well, we do have to hurry because
Okay.
Go.
Ooh, I don't know which one to do. Somebody go.
You know
before
you're
me.
supposed to get one question.
I
It's supposed
know,
to be
but-
random.
This is just typical.
Okay.
Yelly.
What's the craziest thing we've ever done together? Or y'all can answer which one of us is the worst backseat driver. Y'all get 2 options with me.
No, we're gonna pick one. We don't have time for 3 multiple questions.
What's the craziest thing we've ever done together?
It ain't crazy, but I think it was really great when we climbed the waterfall, Dunn's River Falls.
That was
that was
fun.
nice.
That was
fun.
like a
It wasn't crazy, but it was fun.
it was crazy
It
because
was
I
a
almost
little
slipped and fell
crazy.
because it was slippery under there.
having to depend on other people, hold hands with strangers, and climb slippery rocks.
Holding hands with strangers is the wildest. That is pretty crazy to me.
But that was one of the best experiences.
That was so fun.
my
Thank y'all
life.
for taking us there. Did we ever say thank you? Do you remember we said thank you? Because I'm saying thank
Finally
you. now.
paid that credit card bill.
You're
off,
welcome.
Thank God.
Right. We just paid that off. Thank you.
It was
Go
great.
ahead.
That was
Worth
10
it.
years ago.
Go with your Christian.
My Christian.
Got
You
stuff
got
in
a
my
thorax
throat.
in your throat.
Ew.
The
What
legs
does
not
your
letting
partner do that lets you know you are loved? Shoot. A whole lot. I mean, I think that you are very intentional about everything from making sure I get something to eat, checking on me during the day, making sure the house is like I like it. Was that a wing, Yelly? That was an antenna.
It's probably an antenna. Come on, keep going.
I'm done with my question.
Okay, Chris, your question.
My question is, what would we fear most if we won the lottery?
Your family.
People knowing,
Oh, they would never know.
people finding out, but people would never listen.
I would fear losing
People
friends.
would never know I'm out of here.
But
I
I
will
think
live
it
my
would be-
regular life. I
This is
just
my question.
oh, I gotta take over spirit today.
My answer is that I wouldn't invest it properly to make it work for me forever. Like, I think that's a fear. Just knowing what to do with it, because we have everything we need. And yes, we could have
need a
bigger and better and
financial
more,
advisor.
but how could you make it double and triple and
Yes.
last forever?
I would buy up a bunch of land and build
A
subdivisions where I can sell houses and build communities. That's what I would do.
Build
Because I feel like
affordable housing
Real estate.
or rich folk housing.
both and. Because you need affordable housing. I would want to give people houses, but I would have to, you giving people something is a good thing, but you really should have everybody invest in something in their own selves. So
It makes people better
financial
to support
literacy and,
themselves.
and all of those things. So yeah.
I would buy land for vacationing.
Where?
I know that wasn't the question.
Where? In the States
Where?
or,
I don't know.
or out
I
of
don't
the
know
country?
where. I don't know. I would have to explore that a little bit more. I don't think I'm that well versed in like areas enough, but I would probably do somewhere probably in the country though. If I won the lottery, I wouldn't spend all my money like doing that. But
I agree. I don't think it's a fear that I have. Kind of changing the question, and I heard Will Smith say this. He says, when you have everything and you have enough money to buy whatever you want, material things don't matter anymore.
right,
You're just unsatisfied.
Let me get that
He
amount.
said it's like
I'll
drinking.
test it out.
It's like drinking salt water. And I said, well, I think my satisfaction or
Pour me a
enjoyment
cup.
from just having
Bottoms up.
ridiculous amount of water. I mean, not water, money.
They confusing you.
These girls, these interruption syndromes. There's the things that I would do for other people. That's where I would enjoy. Oh,
Yeah.
you need a whatever. You need a house.
but y'all do
There
that
you go.
anyway. If y'all
Right.
could, y'all would do
Do
that
y'all think y'all
anyway.
have that trait too, or y'all would just want to give?
I do.
You just said you're gonna run away.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I meant
She said
I meant
vacation.
I'm out of here like I'm going on vacation. Like that's the
Yeah.
first thing I'm doing.
Yeah,
So
that's
so
another
people
trait y'all
don't
pass
know.
down, giving.
I need to get out of here and figure out my life.
Well, I want to say that the value I have placed on life in general, if I have food, clothing, shelter, yes, I like nice things and I like having the extra and I like to, live free. I'm not debt free, but at the same time, the value on the health of your life, I think that I would take lottery and I'd probably hire me a chef that could cook the way that
Now
my
you're
body
speaking my
needs to eat. You know what I mean? Because it's
we
like you could do a better job if you made better choices, and better choices sometimes money allows you to make better
That's true.
choices. You know, even
can
in
get a
California,
nutritionist.
if you look at the people in California
You
and
can
their
get a
skin,
BBL.
they have fresher. Their skin is different. It's just a different because the food is cleaner out there.
People with money, you can tell the difference between somebody who is struggling financially. Their hair is different. Their skin is
It's the
different.
truth. It's the truth.
And even if you put the finest clothes on them, you can still tell.
You can tell, and
Yeah.
that right there. So I would want to help people like that. I would want people to have a better.
I got a leg for you, Yella.
That's not funny to me.
That's the end of the show.
I'm very traumatized.
This has been so fun. Thank you, Salt and Lit Podcast.
Thank you, Heartstrings. Okay.
Why are you looking like
Well,
that?
after I said that.
Why was there a big old pause there?
I don't know. It's just I got a little emotional.
Go ahead.
Oh,
Let it flow. You got a little frog?
Let it flow.
A frog and a cricket.
You got 2 crickets. Remember, you ate 2.
Yeah, the thorax. in her
All right.
back, too.
Until next time. We hope y'all enjoyed this episode.
Shout out to Salt and Lit
Salt and Lit
Podcast.
Podcast.
Yeah, this is Salt and Lit Vintage. Wear.
Found on
Throwback.
all streaming platforms.
Yep. All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. You had nothing to say? Chris?
Bye. Okay, cuz. Y'all.
Oh, you didn't kiss me. It's that kiss.